Alright, let's get into it. Today we're going to talk about Gauss. Gauss has a couple of things going for him. The main thing is he has a nice passive, which is improved shield recharge delay. This is tied to his battery, which is another indicator on the bottom right of the screen, which is going to fill up the more you do certain actions, and it's going to lower it the more you do others. So, for example, if you're running or if you're using his first ability, you're going to gain battery. His first ability gains about 10%, but if you keep moving around, it will fill up quite fast. Then, if you're going to drop out of bounds, you're going to be drained of about, I think, a third of your battery. So, be very careful when you're going around with him. And if you have it filled all the way up, you can charge it even more using the fourth ability, which is Redline. Redline is going to give you another set of from 0 to 100% from the last part of his battery. And when the Redline ability ends, you're going to be left with the same amount of battery as the percentage displayed. So try to keep it as close to 100% as possible. This is the main gimmick around Gauss. With that in mind, when we're looking at this build, we're going to be first of all, building for shield gating, because thanks to his passive to the shield recharge delay, we're also going to add fast deflection and arcane aegis. If arcane aegis procs, this is going to give you very fast shield gating, so you are next to immortal. This is why we're going to subsume off his second ability, because kinetic plating gives you damage reduction based on the battery that you have, but is going to drain you of that battery. So it's going to make managing the battery more of a headache. So this is why we're going to do away with the second ability. The first one, I keep it first for mobility, and second because a single cast of this is going to help you fill the battery quicker. Looking at the full build, we have corrosive projection for the aura slot and pressure footed for safety. Then, as I said, fast deflection together with arcane aegis. And for the energy economy, we have equilibrium and archon flow. I have archon flow because thermal sunder, when cast with cold status, can kill enemies and can proc the extra energy orb. Note that the energy orb usually is going to be spawned right on top of you, so it's basically free energy every time you kill enemies with cold abilities, with a 10% chance. Then we're going to build for a little bit of duration. We have prime continuity, and then we have some shards I'm going to show you later. Then strength. Gauss benefits a lot from strength, both from the roar and thermal sunder part, and of course from the red line buffs. So we have blunt rage, umbral intensify. For range we have archon stretch and ogle reach. And the last arcane we have arcane ice storm, because this works very well with the thermal sunder cold damage. For the helmet ability we have roar, because it's going to increase all the damage we do, including damage from the thermal sunder. And for the Archon shards, we have 2 from ability duration and 3 for ability strength. Gauss rotation looks like this. We need to first build the battery, so just run around, cast his first ability or cast the thermal sunder ability cold, and then we cast roar and we keep spamming thermal sunder. Make sure to alternate between cold and heat, because heat will drain your battery and cold will increase your battery. When you're at max battery, you can class the red line, but remember that when red line expires, you are left with a percentage of battery which is displayed from red line ability. So if you don't mind the battery mechanic, this is a very fun frame to play because it's highly mobile, it can deal a lot of damage, and it's very versatile, and it's really tanky thanks to his shield recharge ability. With that in mind, this is pretty much it. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and you take care now.